less senior than me. You know Albert, right? You know John too, right? Of course. Opposite. D.
Mr. White was right
You
there.
ready? All right. Okay, come stand with me. Stand with me. Okay. Hello, everybody. Can everyone hear me?
Are the mics? Is the mic on?
We good? Welcome to the Lower East Side Girls Club's virtual launch for the Center for Wellbeing and Happiness. My name is Jenny Dembrow, and I am the co-executive director alongside my extraordinary colleague, Ebony Simpson. The Girls Club was founded in 1996 to address the lack of services for girls and young women in our community. We went from running programs in a basement to over 30 locations around the neighborhood, with the vision of building our own space. We were called crazy for our audacity to dream so big, but never underestimate the power of women with the purpose. In 2013, we moved into our 35,000 square foot state-of-the-art Center for Community on Avenue D. And here we are, almost a quarter of a century later, at this critical moment of public health, racial equity, economic and environmental crises to address the appalling inequities that persist. The Lower East Side Girls Club recognizes that advancing racial and social equity is dependent upon increasing access to quality well-being resources. The health and economic disparities that plague our community and others across the city and beyond have made the pandemic not just a crisis, but a catastrophe. The Center for Wellbeing and Happiness will address the full spectrum of social determinants of health, combating the non-communicable diseases and pre-existing conditions that have devastated our community in the face of COVID. We have purchased and reclaimed an additional 5,000 square feet where we will provide intergenerational and holistic mental and physical wellness programming for all community members at no cost, and we could have not have done it without the support of our elected officials who you will hear from next. Wellness should not only be for the wealthy. And now, my co-executive director, Ebony Simpson.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Ebony Simpson, and along with my incredible friend and colleague, Jenny Dembrow, I'm co-executive director of the Lower East Side Girls Club. I am so thrilled and honored to be joined by all of you here and streaming online to commemorate such an incredible milestone for the Lower East Side community. As Jenny mentioned, we are an organization born and rooted in the foundation of youth activism and leadership, and in the collective power of community self-reliance. For nearly 25 years, health and wellness, or as we call it, healthy bodies and healthy minds, has been a cornerstone of our community programming model. We have always been deeply committed to ensuring the girls and young women and their families lead healthy and successful lives by surrounding them with innumerable resources, engaging activities, and experiential learning that encourages a holistic lifestyle approach to being well. From our run club, dance and movement programs, mindfulness and yoga, our exceptional rooftop farm, our full service culinary and nutrition education center, our annual community health and wellness fair and walkathon, and our toxic free product making programs. We know that the young women who experience our programs will step into the world with a host of tangible skills to lead healthy and successful lives. Long ago, we recognized the significant flaws of our existing health system, particularly the major disparity faced by disenfranchised communities of color like ours. Our community is burdened by high rates of pre-existing conditions due to lack of access to affordable care, healthy foods and resources, as well as systemic and existential stressors. So we set our vision in motion in 2017, and at the end of 2019, acquired this commercial space connected to our existing 35,000 square foot Center for Community to renovate and open the Center for Wellbeing and Happiness. Now that it is clear that the high vitality COVID rates within Black and Latinx communities are directly connected to the disproportionate rates of pre-existing conditions faced by our community, we feel the pressing need to move forward as soon as possible. We recognize and research confirms that the health, well-being, and success of the young women we support is deeply and intimately connected to the health, well-being, and success of her family, her community, and her world. Today marks a significant milestone in our ability to expand both our service population and our mission to ensure not only our girls, but the entire community, all genders, sexualities, all ages, have the tools and resources to be collectively and individually well. So, the mission of the Center for Wellbeing and Happiness strategically addresses the well-being and health disparities in the Lower East Side by utilizing an intentional, trauma-informed, holistic programming rooted in community-centered resilience, prevention, recovery, and self-reliance. The Center for Wellbeing and Happiness serves as a wellness hub, providing the space and opportunity for local organizations, expert practitioners, health-based city agencies and institutions, and our talented and resource-filled community members to connect, collaborate, and serve. Together, we will create programming that addresses the totality of our community's well-being needs. While the pandemic has forced us to delay our opening until 2021, we have strategically shifted our efforts in two ways. First, the storefront is being utilized to address the stark food insecurity burdening our community. To date, we have provided over 25,000 meals since the shutdown. Just this week, we served 800 boxes of pantry staples and fresh produce, thanks to our partners at World Central Kitchen, Impossible Foods, and Food Bank of New York. As well as our in-house culinary team and arts departments, we provide homemade meals, homemade masks, art kits, and more since late March. We will continue to use the storefront in our existing facility to ensure that the efforts that we're doing for our community continue while the building undergoes renovations over the next year. Secondly, we're so excited to use this weekend to commemorate World Mental Health Day and International Day of the Girl to launch our upcoming virtual Center for Wellbeing and Happiness. Thanks to the generous support from the Kate Spade Foundation of New York, we will officially launch our virtual hub, which will provide interactive, accessible, and trauma-informed web-based programming for all community members, including classes in yoga, movement, mindfulness, stress reduction, nutrition, and culinary education, and access to counseling and family support services. We're so excited to partner with a number of institutions and organizations across New York City to facilitate our virtual hub. We hope you'll join us tomorrow on World Mental Health Day for our virtual Healthy Bodies and Healthy Minds series, which will feature a word from Latham Thomas, founder of Mama Glow, a word from Rosario Dawson, actress and activist and Girls Club board member, a Zumba and yoga class led by our Girls Club alumni and a Girls Club mom, our partners at Maybelline, who are co-hosting a mental health panel with notable guests, including Jamila Jamil and Girls Club alum Aisha Sharif, our partners at Impossible Foods, who donated over 5,000 Impossible Burgers to support our food efforts, will host a family-friendly cooking demo. our partners at Nike will host a HIIT fitness class. And a longtime Girls Club supporter, Donna DeCruz, will close us out with a guided meditation. We're also really excited to partner with Happify. Happify Health is a mobile application that provides effective digital tools using scientific research from positive psychology, CBT, and mindfulness, combined with a gamified approach and leading edge technology to impact everyday lives. Happify Health launched their 2020 survival kit in support of World Mental Health Day, which includes free content to help people manage stress around the election, racial injustice and discrimination, and the pandemic. They are thrilled to be extending this offering to the Girls Club community for free. Join us tomorrow online for the details on how to receive this offering. And on International Day of the Girl, which is on Sunday, October 11th, we'll be hosting a virtual book talk with Paula Mendoza and Abby Sher, authors of Sanctuary. That will be moderated by Jamia Wilson, who has just been named executive editor at Random House. Congratulations, Jamia. And we will close our series with a screening of Surge, a documentary which focuses on the journey of a few amazing women who are part of the surge of women candidates running during 2018's midterms. The screening notably follows freshman Congresswoman Lauren Underwood. We hope you will join us all weekend by registering at bit.ly/CWBH launch. On behalf of the incredible Girls Club staff and board of directors, we are so grateful to the institutions and the individuals who have brought us to this day, our elected officials who backed our vision, and our partners who have helped us bring this vision to life. I want to first introduce Carlina Rivera, our champion, our councilwoman, and our hero. Councilwoman Rivera has single-handedly ensured the success of this initiative by securing $2 million in city council funds that allowed us to acquire this storefront. Yes, huge congrats. Thank you. And despite this year's incredibly difficult budget year, ensured we received an additional $1 million from city council support to renovate the building. We love you. Please come up.
Thank you so much. I mean, how easy is it to love this place, right? I'm a Lower East Side girl, and this is a dream come true. So I just want to congratulate the Lower East Side Girls Club on opening this new center for well-being and happiness. I think right now, especially during this time, particularly in light of us recognizing World Mental Health Day, International Day of the Girl, this is an important moment for us as a city and certainly as a community. As I said, I'm a lifelong resident of the Lower East Side. I can't stop smiling because I know how critical it is that we address mental health and wellness in our community. And we're doing it right here, right on the ground with people who are not just from here, but from people who are doing this, operating from the purest place of love and respect, and who want to make sure that people in this community are living with dignity and that they know that places like this are for them, that the doors are always open. And now as we work to respond and recover from the pandemic, we have to address the trauma and the strain on our mental and physical health that we've all been struggling with as we continue to socially distance. So yes, we secured $3 million in council funds. It's amazing. But what this center will provide is invaluable for our community. For every penny, every fight, our blood, sweat, our tears, all the hours that we put in, it's been totally worth it. And so this Center for Wellbeing and Happiness is going to be an anchor for the Lower East Side community, just like the club already is. It's going to offer so many types of programming. You heard it's very, very diverse. It's different. I will tell you that sometimes you don't know what's good for you or what you like until someone introduces you to it. And so whether it's going to be yoga or stress reduction or culinary education, I think this is going to be an amazing, amazing place for every single person of all ages. It's going to be intergenerational programming. But I will tell you, as one of only 12 women in the council, and as a part of a very small group of women legislators in this state, this is where we cultivate leadership. This is where we show support. You don't have to go into government. You don't have to become an elected official, but to know how important civic engagement is and how you can take your anger and your passion and the trauma and the tragedy and turn it into activism. That's what this space is going to represent for all of us. And so I'm so, so proud. So I'm looking forward to working further, of course, always with the Lower East Side Girls Club. They have become quite the pioneers, I would say. And so felicidades al Lower East Side Girls Club. Me llamo Carlina Rivera, yo soy miembro del Consejo Municipal, yo soy de Lower East Side. Tuve un día bien especial para este centro de bienestar. Van a tener clases bien diversas de yoga, de educación culinaria, y para apoyar las familias de esta comunidad de la ciudad. So I'm very, very excited. I want to thank all of my colleagues for being here. And again, I've never been prouder to be a Lower East Side girl. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman. Next, I'd like to introduce our Borough President, Gail Brewer, who has also secured significant funding for us to purchase the building and has been a champion for all our efforts.
Thank you very much. Girls Club is perhaps the most innovative, responsive nonprofit in the entire city. I only can speak for Manhattan. I don't care about those other boroughs. But I know that in Manhattan, whether it's the stars and the moon in the other building, I could not believe that. And now this is the first time, and I've opened a lot of centers, that happiness has been in the title. And you know what? Today, October 2020, that is more important than ever. Just congratulations, Girls Club, for always knowing what is needed in the community for girls and families. That is what you do, and you do it really, really well. So congratulations, that is huge. We all need well-being now. We need happiness. We need the joy. We need the power. We need the possibility that is at the core of everything that the Girls Club takes on. I think one of the lessons of COVID, and goodness knows there are so many, is that how important community is to a pandemic. Just look around us. Here, we are community. You have been community, and you will always be community. But when the community comes together, like the Lower East Side has, to test, to trace, to distribute food and PPE as you have over and over again, to share stories and resources, that community is stronger and better able to endure all the challenges that this pandemic has presented, and hopefully we don't have another. And community is central to everything that the Girls Club has undertaken from the very beginning, and I was there. I've been at the very beginning of everything, but certainly of the Girls Club. Now with this new center, again, the Girls Club will be centered to the community. Workshops, programs, trainings at the center. You know, a lot is closed now. So to have this is more important than ever. Our physical well-being is important. Our mental well-being is important. And healthy communities create healthy girls. We know that. And as the council member stated, healthy girls develop into strong women leaders and activists, and goodness knows we need more. I'm so happy about the community space. As I said, so many others have closed. You'll be able to get together at the Lower East Side Community Network. I also want to give a shout out to the Essex Street Market and your amazing location there. The fact that you understand how to be entrepreneurial in addition to be community is what I said at the very beginning. The Girls Club understands what a community needs, and they're very, very innovative, and that's what you're showing the girls. So congratulations on this exciting new venture, and I look forward to working with you and telling the rest of the world how phenomenal you are. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to our amazing borough president. Next, I'd like to bring up our assembly member and our champion who has been with us for almost every food giveaway, has always championed all of our efforts. I just want to, so grateful. Assembly member Harvey Epstein.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm really just honored to be here. My name is Harvey Epstein. I'm the assembly member here in the 74th Assembly District. And this is such a special occasion. The Girls Club has meant so much to so many across this neighborhood, across the city, not even across the city, across this country and across the globe. They've talked to girls all over. They've worked with girls across the world. And this idea of a wellness and happiness center is a critical aspect of what the Girls Club can do. You know, they are in the right place at the right time for the right reasons. So think about this, people with diabetes, asthma, heart disease, you know, potentially preventing 1,200 hospitalizations just at this center, access to healthier food, services, and opportunities. The more opportunities that people in this community and communities have to create leadership, more opportunities we'll have to change the world that we live in. We see every day in our country how women who lead make the difference in our society. We saw it the other day in a little debate we had for women who stand out. We see it in this community with our councilwomen, our borough president, and we see it here at the Girls Club. I'm so honored to be here with you. I'm so honored to support the Girls Club. I'm looking forward to sending so many people here to grow, to expand, become well, and become leaders in our city and our state. Thank you all.
I'd next like to introduce one of our other local champions who's also supported all of our efforts, Senator Brad Holman.
So much. Thank you so much. I'm State Senator Brad Hoylman. I it's typical for a man to come here and try to take credit for a project that was funded by women. And I love that concept. So council members, thank you very much. $3 million funded by women to create 5,000 square feet of well-being and happiness here in our community. So I know Harvey agrees that in our chambers, it's the women who gets things done. I'm very honored to stand here alongside you and encouraging the LES Girls Club to build even bigger. So I want to be with you as you continue to do that. I want to send my 2 daughters here for enrichment. And I'm just so pleased to see this today during these tough times. Thank you so much.
Next, I'd like to introduce one of our biggest champions on our New Girl City initiative, all of our civic engagement efforts, and who's also championing some major work in this area, Councilwoman Helen Rosenthal.
Well, it is just so great to be here with my colleagues in government. In fact, I'd like to invite them up, Carlina, Vanessa. We are now almost at a quorum in the city council right now with the 3 of us here, which is sort of the point, right? We need women in leadership positions. There's no question. We're on live stream. Can I use a dirty word? Yeah? Okay. So let's face it, the men have fucked this up, right? They have screwed this up. Why are we where we are? Because men who are driven by their egos and not by having the right outcome for their community, they're in charge. What the Lower East Side Girls Club does is groom women who are our future leaders. And we are just so lucky to be able to be in a position to support the Lower East Side Girls Club because we're counting on them. We're counting on the staff here. We're counting on the board of directors. We're so grateful for all of your work because it's because of you that we have amazing programs that we are just so proud to fund. So thank you to everyone's involved, and I'm really excited to work with our future leaders. And we're here joined with Vanessa Gibson, who represents the Bronx and has been a champion for women throughout the city. Vanessa.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's so great to be here at the Lower East Side Girls Club. I am so honored and thankful to be here. And yes, I'm an outsider. I come from the beautiful borough of the Bronx. And I am so excited to join with my colleagues in government, my sisters in the Women's Caucus. I also have the honor of serving as one of the co-chairs of the New York City Council Women's Caucus, the Dynamic Dozen, the 12 of us that truly work hard every day to hold it down for our women and girls across the city of New York. And what a profound time that we find ourselves in here in our city, to understand the challenges that we've faced, the COVID-19 pandemic that has struck our communities. And let's be very honest, communities of color have been disproportionately impacted by this COVID-19 pandemic. And that not only demands an aggressive response, but it deserves a comprehensive plan. The Lower East Side Girls Club gets that. And although I represent the Bronx, many of my young ladies from the Boogie Down come all the way here to Lower East Side to get services from the Girls Club. And for that, I am grateful, because you extend yourself beyond the Lower East Side, because you recognize that in your work every day, we are fulfilling a purpose that we have in life, to invest in our young girls, to give them a chance at a successful future, to recognize that their destiny should not be ordained by the neighborhood that they live in, or by their zip code, or by how much money they have in their bank account, but the fact that they are all young queens that we are elevating to higher levels of positions of power. Young girls are going to take over this world and this country. And I am so proud. Sorry to get political, but when you see someone like Kamala Harris rise to the top of a ticket to be the Democratic candidate for vice president, it lets our young girls know that they have the same opportunities that they can also achieve as well. That's what this Center for Wellbeing and Happiness is all about. It is about holistic treatment. It's about trauma-informed care. It's about taking care of our healthcare needs, our physical, mental needs, our souls, right? Sometimes our souls need to be rejuvenated as well. We've been through a lot these last several months. No one has not been touched by COVID, whether it's personally or professionally. We've lost neighbors, friends, we've lost church members and constituents, and we can never get those lives back. But their deaths cannot be in vain. How we honor them is by investing in organizations like Lower East Side Girls Club, like the Center for Wellbeing and Happiness. That $3 million that the New York City Council was able to allocate is a small token. It is a down payment of our commitment to the future of our community for our young girls. That's what this is all about. And so I am just so inspired by the work that's being done here. When I first learned about the Lower East Side Girls Club years ago, I was so jealous. I said, I need this in the Bronx. And then when I saw all my Bronx girls here, I said, okay, no, you guys are taking care of them anyway. This is great, because this is about having a long-term vision for what we want to see in our young girls and their families. When you talk about the pandemic, when you talk about healing and rebuilding, that's what this center is all about. And I could not be more proud of all of my colleagues, the Manhattan Borough President, our state senator, our state assembly member, and all of my colleagues, my sisters in the Women's Caucus. It is not easy for us, women, being elected for such a time as this. But we are doing this for every young girl that sits in a classroom, that sits in public housing, that may not see their opportunity. They may not see that door, that path, that journey for their future. But it is up to all of us to make sure that we encourage them, we empower them, and we uplift them. So I congratulate you. Thank you to the board, to all the staff. My sister, Ebony, who has been amazing. She always invites us here to make sure that we are kept up to speed with what's happening at Lower East Side Girls Club. I congratulate all of you. This is not just a win for Lower East Side, but this is a win for the entire city of New York. So felicidades, que Dios te bendiga. Congratulations. God bless you. And let's continue to work on behalf of our young girls. Girls run the world.
Thank you so much to our councilwomen. Thank you so much for all those words, Councilwoman Vanessa Gibson. So the next thing I'd like to do is take a moment to thank our design team partners. In 2018, Greta Guberlich from globally renowned architectural firm Skidmore, Owings and Merrill walked into the Girls Club with an interest in her firm's women's initiative, getting involved in supporting any of our projects. Little did she know, she walked into our lives at the perfect time. She successfully pitched the Center for Wellbeing Happiness Project to her firm, and over nearly 2 years has worked on a pro bono basis to execute our design and construction vision. They assembled an incredible team of women architects and engineers from world-renowned firms Arup and JBB, and collectively they have brought our vision to life. We are eternally grateful for their generosity and partnership. I'm pleased to welcome Danny Cesario, SOM's lead project manager, and Greta.
Just about 2 years ago, a group of women from SOM entered the Lower East Side Girls Club for the very first time. We were there to talk about our career paths in architecture and lead a workshop on tools and building, but our experience there made such an impact on us. As we left the Lower East Side Girls Club, we kept asking each other, how does this place exist? How does a place filled with such joy, power, and possibility truly exist? What's their secret? Well, after working alongside the Lower East Side Girls Club on the Center for Wellbeing and Happiness, I think I can share a couple of their secrets. The Girls Club community is engaged and passionate. Its leaders are visionary and focused, and its partnerships are strong and fruitful.
SOM is honored to be one of those partnerships. When the Girls Club asked SOM to design the center, When the Girls Club asked SOM to design the center, we unequivocally said yes. As a firm that believes in the power to build a better future, to build resilient communities, and understands the importance of empowering women, we knew we were all in. We asked our exceptionally talented peers at Arup and JB&B to collaborate with us on this project. And altogether, we assembled a team of over 15 dynamic women to get the job done. For decades, Lower East Side Girls Club has held a prominent history of empowering the lives of young women that it serves. Similarly, SOM has had a long history of contributing to our great city, from our skyline to the way that we move around it. From the Lever House to Moynihan Station to JFK Terminal. And while the perception of SOM is that we solely design large-scale projects, community impact has always been an integral component of how we design. It has never been more important than right now to share the gift of what design can do. Through design, we can explore the possibilities, we can plan for our future. And with the Lower East Side Girls Club, we aspire to make our city better and make the lives of the women within it even better.
The design is centered around the community members' experience. In contrast with our chaotic world, the spaces are clear and simple, creating a calming place to recharge, reconnect with the community, and be revitalized. The materials are durable, natural, and beautiful to the touch, so that it is both forward-thinking and tranquilly present. We designed larger spaces for community gatherings and smaller spaces for more personal, intimate growth. At the heart of our design is flexibility. We know that as the needs of the community change, the Center for Wellbeing and Happiness will rise to meet them, not only overcoming them, but making the community stronger. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have excuse me. We also have Helen Searle from ARUP, who is in a world-renowned sound and AV mechanical engineering firm, and she'll just say a couple of words as well about our partnership.
Thanks, Ebony. Since the first day that I entered the Lower East Side Girls Club, I've been consistently impressed by the creative, powerful, and thoughtful output from the club. This has been a great inspiration in the design of this state-of-the-art facility. Our ARUP team provided audiovisual and acoustic consulting services for the Center of Wellbeing and Happiness. During the design process, we worked with the Girls Club leadership to benchmark existing wellbeing spaces within New York City to make sure we were bringing the best experience to the Lower East Side. We've designed the Mind and Body Center with immersive lighting, ambient projection, and a full range audio sound system to support the wellness programming. This sound studio will provide an outward-facing presence on Avenue D that evokes other well-loved New York City institutions, such as the East Village Radio. It's clear to me that the Lower East Side Girls Club already have a great impact on their community, and we're so excited for them to have another space that supports this outreach. I'd like to thank SOM Architects for bringing us into this project, and for the Lower East Side Girls Club for their unwavering vision and determination to make this project a reality. Congratulations on the milestone. We feel so honored to have had the opportunity to work with a team of female architects and engineers on a center that will empower and support the female leaders of the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ARUP and SOM. And we're so also immensely grateful to JBB for their exceptional mechanical and engineering design support. We're so grateful for the entire team, and truly this would not be possible without them. We also want to thank Sherman and Sterling LLC, whose pro bono real estate legal support was absolutely critical to us getting this to this very point. John Opar, Jocelyn Redmond, and Zachary Aries, thank you so, so much. We also want to thank Robin Squires, principal and owner of RISQ, RYSQ, which is a well-being and sustainability-driven design collective that synthesizes art and architecture. Robin has been instrumental in getting us where we are today. She not only has driven forward the design stage of this effort, but has ensured that our existing Center for Community was upgraded to COVID safety standards, which allowed us to open our doors for in-person programs for our girls back in July and allows us to continue to provide in-person programs today. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank Optimus Consulting, Carrie Oranchik, Paul Lerner, Leslie LeCount. Thank you so, so much for making this a success and for providing pro bono PR representation for us today. Thank you all for being with us. We'll close this event by having a walkthrough with the space for anyone who has time. And please, everyone, don't forget to register for the rest of the weekend. And don't forget to register to vote. Today's the last day to vote. Register to vote, and don't forget to vote. I just want to bring up our board members and all of our guest speakers for a photo. Thank you all so much for joining us on live, and everyone here. Have a great afternoon and a great rest of your weekend.